Morning all, thanks for Duffy for doing his video. Thought I'd do a quick one on my rig before I pack up and go home. You see, it's just a standard Paternoster running rig. Use it for a lot of years, for as long as I've been eel fishing really. You see, it's quite similar to a JS rig, except this section, the Paternoster, is a set longer than the hook length, which is a key factor. By the Paternoster being longer, you're not governed how long or short your hook length has to be. Still got the added benefit of a JS rig, where if you was to cast out and get the tangle, say your hook length wraps around this Paternoster, probably a worry a lot of people have, but so it casts out like that, eel comes along, picks up the bait, untangles, goes back to a running rig, so that's not to worry about. So yeah, I've used it for a lot of years. Since Steve's talk, made a few small but significant changes. Number one being much smaller bait. Number two, matching the bait and the hook size. Number three, much shorter hook lengths. Never used to use excessively long. I reckon 8 to 8 inches were probably about my optimum hook length. I've always been aware that no matter how long your hook length is, the eel can potentially move twice that length without you being alerted of a take. So if your rig were laid out like this, the eel picks up the bait, travels in that direction, has to move twice the length of the hook length before you're alerted. So bear that in mind if you're an angler that likes to use long hook lengths. I've seen people using 12 inch, even 24 inches in past. But yeah, shorter the better. So then also after Steve's talk, increased the weight of the feeder. I've always used these 2.5 ounces, but then put another 2.5 ounce lead in the front of the feeder. Helps with casting. Most of all, pins the feeder to the bottom. 5 ounces altogether there. Probably sounds like a lot if you're used to using light leads or small feeders. It's worth noting, on a hard clean bottom, even 5 ounces can quite easily be moved, slid along the bottom, which is something you want to avoid really. You know, we imagine his rig probably laying something like that on the bottom. In an ideal world, the eel will swim away from the rod, giving us a good indication, but it could just quite as easily swim back towards the rod. If you're not using a heavy feeder, then the chances of all that rig sliding towards the rod have massively increased. You're going to have lots of changes in resistance, you're not going to get a very positive take on your bite alarm, and lots of things can start to go wrong. So heavier the better. The heavier that is, the more free running your rig's going to become. So since using this rig, made a few small changes. My lip hooking ratio was just like nothing I've ever experienced before. More often than not, I know Steve talks about it in 3-4 inch lifts. My own personal view is, I'm sitting doing nothing, next thing the rod's doing nothing, it's full blown screaming run. The eel's hooked itself, it's lip hooked in the bottom lip, nice clean, everything's perfect. I know someone was saying the other day, just do not think something's taken away when eels are self-hooking. My own personal view is, a lot more's taken away when you've got hooked an eel, you hold it up for camera, it's a good eel, it's a big fish, everyone praises you for it, you let the eel go, in the back of your mind you know that eel's going to die. Far more's taken away from a capture like that than an eel what's hooked itself, lip hooked, nice clean lip bottom. So the answer to that is no, I don't think anything's taken away from it. I'd promote that. If I could achieve that on every run, then even better for me. Some people might think we're going down a carpy route, but that's not what we're trying to achieve. lip up your eels is what we're trying to achieve. So yeah, thank you very much.